kicker. They go to Val. Holmes kicks it, goes high. Val Holmes has kicked the field goal in Golden Point against his own side. They're going to a prelim.
He could go for 10 here if the bunker has seen a punch.
We identify that a punch has been thrown.
He's gone. He is gone. Victor Radley. 13-11. Milner's gone. Milner's on.
Oh, it's on.
Now, Radley has almost thrown a punch again. He has raced in.
Oh, my goodness. He's gone for 2.
6 sin bins. And this is the first time we've had 2 simultaneously.
Is that Tom again?
He's collected high. High tackle.
You're in the bit.
Off figure, Tommy boy.
That is a joke.
Now Cleary, he's going to return serve. He shoots. I think he's got it. It's 7-6. It's old-fashioned rugby league at Penrith.
How good, MG?
Well, it was a ferocious frenzy of finals footy, and if we go back to Friday night, Panthers 27, the Eels 8. I thought the Eels were way too emotional as they came out. They made everything too personal, and then in turn, Penrith just dissected them. And in particular, Nathan Cleary, my goodness, 5 weeks out, and he didn't skip a beat. He was fantastic, as was Brian To'o. I think the turning point of that game was the field goal missed by Mitchell Moses just before half time. They seemed to lose momentum once they missed that, and then obviously Penrith kicked one straight after it. So Parramatta go on to play another game. They play this Friday night, which is going to be an amazing game against the Raiders, who, again, they were enormous, 28 points to 20 against Melbourne. Let's first talk about Melbourne. Their defence was really un-Melbourne-like, quite ordinary, to be honest. You get the feel their unbelievable dynasty may be coming to an end, and they were really upset after the game. The Cheese in tears, as he plays his last game for his beloved Storm. He'll go to the Roosters next year. Pagey, your Roosters. But the Raiders, Joseph Tarpany, my goodness. Is he worth $1 million? Yes, he is. This bloke is worth $1 million because he plays big minutes. He's improving every game. And he is a real X factor in these finals. We saw an amazing game on Saturday night between the Sharkies and the Cowboys. It went to Golden Point. Both teams can hold their head really high because I thought it was a quality game. Nico Hines in the losing team was fantastic, but Val Holmes clutch 45-metre field goal to basically seal the deal. And Jason Taumalolo was awesome as well. Then yesterday, Sin Bin Sunday. 5 HIAs, 7 players in the Sin Bin. It was just, as I said, it was just so ferocious. I mean, again, I think both teams made it really personal yesterday, which I don't mind. That's what finals are about, but especially elimination finals. But they couldn't really control their emotions in that time when they needed to, hence why there were so many in the bin. But look, Roosters, they'll rue another season where they kind of didn't quite live up to the hype. I thought that Teddy being Teddy being HIA was a turning point. So many times you'd watch the game and go, well, Teddy would have got that, and Teddy would have been here. So the Radley sin bin right at the start of the game in the 4th minute, I think started that avalanche of sin bins, and basically, as you said earlier today, Pagey, the referees couldn't go back. They made a rod for their own back, and they thought, well, if we're going to be like that, if we're going to be consistent, we might as well do it for the whole game. But 7 sin bins in a game, it was just carnage everywhere, but I loved it.
Oh, how good. You were there at the game, Pagey. What was it like?
Loud.
Yeah.
It was really loud. It was good. But MG, for the rest of the finals, would you like to see someone have a word to the bunker and go, hey, guys, look, I know we can't have blokes out there belting each other in the head, but can we just take it easy a little bit for the finals? 7 was silly.
Yes, it's finals footy. Come on. I mean, if you're going to... Obviously, with the Taylor May thing with the NRL, they've said that finals games mean more. So relax the rules a little bit. Don't make it... We don't want to see cheap shots. We don't want to see blokes going out there and running amok. We just want to see quality football. I think that game yesterday went on and on and on. Yep. You want to put the whistle away for a while and let the players have a little bit of attrition. But... can you believe after week 1, the Roosters and the Storm are gone? They're gone. It's unbelievable, this finals, and it starts again this week. We'll be very in depth with the finals coming up, but this is going to be an amazing week.
Huge.
Obviously now Panthers and Cowboys get the week off, and they're just sitting back going, "Thank you."
It's time for MG's Power Rankings, a daily top 5 list at 8 o'clock that can be about anything, but Monday tends to be all about the rugby league, MG.
Yeah, it does, Page War, and today is no different. We're going through the 5 matters that mattered from finals week 1.
Okay, let's do it.
5.
Look, fantastic. Well done to all the crowds over the weekend who paid respect to Queen Elizabeth. All except for one goose yesterday at Allianz who yelled out, "Go the Roosters!"
Well, look, I was very excited.
Pagey.
Was it you really?
No, it wasn't. It was some absolute cretin. There was quite a bit of yelling there yesterday. It was pretty
But well
cool.
done to everyone, because the minute silent was very emotional.
To Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II following her passing. Our hearts and thoughts are with the royal family and the people of the United Kingdom as they mourn her loss. Please join us in a minute's silence as we honour Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Thank you.
Yeah, it's wonderful to pay
Thank
tribute
God
to such a
we
wonderful
edited the
individual.
silence, because I thought, oh God, this is going to be a long time. But it was at the Penrith game. It was eerie, the silence.
Yeah.
You couldn't even hear a cough. It was pretty magical.
So your fans are better than our fans.
Yeah.
They were silent.
Basically.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
call.
Look, in that game you speak of, Jesse May, 37th minute mark, Mitch Moses goes for the game is 6-all. Mitch Moses goes for a field goal, misses it, 7 tackle set, and then after that set, Nathan Cleary puts one over to lead at half time, 9-8, and that was kind of when the momentum it was 7-6. Then the momentum just kind of went out of the balloon for the Parramatta Eels.
So at number 4, it was Moses.
Last tackle here.
He's gone for the wall
Field
point.
goal. Brilliant stuff, Moses, except he missed it. But it came from nowhere in a game where it has every possibility of being a one-point contest. The play was perfect. The execution, it looked pure, but it just started left of the uprights and stayed there, 6-all.
It was sickening to watch Moses as you saw him sort of knocked out on the field.
Oh, yeah, shocking.
Brent Reid was telling Triple M over the weekend that he texted Moses, and he wrote back and said he feels all right. So we're hoping that he'll be ready for this weekend.
Fingers
Short
crossed.
turnaround might be a problem, but he should be okay.
Well, then at number 3, MG, Nathan Cleary said, "No, this is how you do it."
Yeah.
Now Cleary, he's going to return serve. He shoots. I think he's got it. It's 7-6. It's old-fashioned rugby league at Penrith.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he just on Nathan Cleary, we'll talk a little bit more about him later in the Golden Points, but his game, my goodness, poor Waka Blake out in the wing there with them high looping bombs. He'll have nightmares. Number 2 was in the 18th minute yesterday. James Teddy Tedesco got knocked out. A high shot from Tommy Burgess. 15 minutes later, we got the news that Tedesco wouldn't be coming back, and that was a major turning point.
Oh, he's taken high. Burgess got him high. That's a penalty. Had to be. Oh, now Tedesco's down here.
He stumbled.
Geez, you don't see James Tedesco wobble like that.
Oh, he gets him foot. Tom Burgess could be in trouble here.
Yeah, James Tedesco has actually gone down. He's failed his HIA. He's
Oh,
out of the game.
my goodness. James Tedesco out of the final.
1.
What else? In an epic game, 93 minutes this game went for, and then it took a former Shark to kick a 2-point field goal from 45 metres out to send the Cowboys through to a home prelim final. Val Holmes' field goal, my goodness.
Get 30 metres out. They look for a kicker. They go to Val. Holmes kicks it. Goes high. Val Holmes has kicked the field goal in Golden Point against his old side. They're going to a prelim.
Iced it. Well done to the
Love it.
Cowboys. And bring on the
Goosebumps.
footy this weekend. Of course, we'll have Eels and Raiders, and then Souths Sharks. MG's going to be previewing those games throughout the week. Here it's MG's Golden Points as we go through the moments that mattered from the weekend in footy. It was finals week 1, and MG, let's kick it off with your most impressive team of the weekend.
Totally no bias here, but you can't go past the Penny Panthers. 27 points to 8 over the Eels, making a massive statement. First time this season, Penrith have fielded a full-strength team with no injuries, no suspensions. Look out.
Most disappointing team.
Well, sorry, Jesse May, but your Eels, I think they were
I
a tad
agree.
too emotional for this game. They kind of they got too revved up and no place to go. They kind of just didn't stay in the fight. And the Eels, and I think Melbourne too, for that matter, were very disappointing the way they just kind of went out, 28 points to 20 against the Raiders. But there's always next year, Melbourne.
And your daughter Tildy agrees as well, kicking the seat at the stadium, screaming, "I hate the Eels." Good girl, Tildy.
She was walking across the hill and she was punching the hill, screaming, "I hate the Eels." She goes, "I want to go for the Panthers." And I said, "Don't be one of those girls.
Don't be that girl.
Don't switch halfway through the season to whoever's
both
winning."
Both your kids are now Panthers. You know that.
No, I know. It's horrible.
Most surprising team of the round, MG.
Ricky's Raiders.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. I'm going to talk about one of their players in a second, but Jack Whiten was awesome. 5 in a row at Amy Park. It's just a head shaker when you think of that record, that someone has that wood over Melbourne Storm on their home deck. And Canberra, they play the Eels this week in an elimination final. Can they dare to dream? I say they can.
They're bad and mean. Yeah. They can dream.
Because they're green.
If they're green. There you go. I'm a poet and I'm not aware of it. Biggest issue from week 1 of the finals, MG?
Look, while we love the fantastic frenzy of football finals yesterday, I think the 7 sin bins was a little tad over the top. I mean, come on. The bunker, just take a lie down and a Bex and just kick back a bit. Don't be so into the game. Come on, let it flow, baby.
I'm wearing my ref's jersey. Oh, actually, Jess has just spilled her coffee. Sorry, that's 10. You're gone.
Mate, if I got 10 every time I spilled my coffee, I'd never play.
Top 3 players of the finals in week 1, MG.
Nathan Cleary, tops the tree. He was unfriggin' believable. I think Joseph Tarpany was close second. He is now the best front rower in the game, and there is talk about him being $1 million player. I say yes, he is. He's bang for buck, big time. And Val Holmes, I think, rounds out my 3. He was fantastic against his old club, and then the clutch player kicking that field goal from 45 metres out was just extraordinary.
MG, we asked our listeners on Instagram to describe the weekend of footy with one word, but before we get to their answers, how would you describe it?
I can't swear, can I?
Yeah, you can, I guess.
Breathtaking. Breathtaking.
Oh, yeah, that's way nicer than what you told us in the answer.
Yeah,
here's what our listeners on Instagram said. Kimberly said it was chaotic. Yeah. Sal lit, as in like as in fire. Yeah. Fee said it was effing sensational. Smokey Dawson said brutal. Luke said astonishing. Mitch said bunker bludger. David said, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Yeah. Greg said ruthless.
Could you say that Mary Poppins one again? Like if Mary Poppins was blind, that's how she'd say it.
So I could supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I never know how to say it.
It's like Johnny Depp.
My chompers are too big. I have to change my words.
It's MG's Golden Points. Thanks to Blue Bets. NRL 6-point halftime early payout. It's available on all games this weekend. T's and C's apply, but gamble responsibly.